Hey guys, Zero here, and I'm doing a follow-up video to yesterday's unboxing, which was the Nintendo Switch Lite Pokemon Sword and Shield edition. This isn't exactly connected, but it is Pokemon and it is for the Switch, so I figured I would do a little unboxing slash review on this. So there is going to be a whole line of new controllers coming out this week that are all Pokemon related. 3 of them are featuring the starters from Sword and Shield, and then there's just a couple of other random generic Pokemon ones. This is the one I grabbed just because I liked the colors on it. I liked the teal and the pink and how Pikachu is fighting Mewtwo. So these are made by PowerA, as you can see in the corner here. But they are also an officially licensed Nintendo product, so they do have that official Nintendo seal on them. So it's kind of like a collaboration between PowerA and Nintendo. These retail for about $49.99 because these are not the wired controllers, these are the wireless ones. They do use AA batteries, though. They are not like the Pro controller that is wireless and just uses a USB-C cable to recharge. And they are missing some of the features that the Pro controllers have, so I will go over those in this video. So it's kind of weird, but these controllers actually do come with the seal stickers on them, which I already took the liberty of cutting. Like I said in yesterday's unboxing video, Nintendo does not bother to seal their systems anymore, but my guess is that these are sealed because these are technically a PowerA item and not a Nintendo item. So but basically when you open it up, all you're going to get inside is this little pull-out sleeve with the controller, and then you're going to get in the bottom of the box a pack of AA batteries, which in this case is Energizer, and then a little pamphlet that's got like the instructions and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to put that off to the side. Not really anything super interesting on the back. It does go over like some of the extra like buttons that this controller has, which I will kind of get into. There are these extra little triggers back here and in the center back here. So they're kind of like hotkey buttons. So you can program them to basically any other button on the controller, so that if you don't want to have to use the face buttons, and you're kind of holding the controller like, you know, this with both hands, you can actually just use your finger on the back there to do some of the functions that you would normally use like A or B for. So just the general aesthetic of the controller, I really, really like it. The design is really, really cool. I like the artwork. I like the colors. And just to give you like a kind of comparison, this is another PowerA controller that is basically identical except for obviously the colors. These have been out for a long time. You can get them in white, red, black, all sorts of different colors. You can get ones with Mario on it, Zelda, a bunch of different designs. They're all the same in terms of like, you know, they have the buttons on them. They have the battery pack on it that uses the AA batteries. So, I mean, these are going to be identical except for the design, obviously. But as far as buttons, so obviously you have all the same stuff that you would have on a normal Switch Pro controller. You have your 2 joysticks, your D-pad, your home button, your snapshot button, and your plus and minus, ABXY, your triggers, a sync button so that you can connect it with your Switch. But then, like I said earlier, you do get those extra hotkey buttons on the back, which is kind of cool. Now, this does have motion controls, which is definitely good for if you want to play, you know, a game like Splatoon or something where you know, that game's a lot easier and better to control with the motion controls. But it does not have any sort of rumble, so definitely not HD rumble. It doesn't even have basic rumble. And that is going to make this controller super, super lightweight. I cannot even like begin to describe to you how lightweight this controller is when compared to something like the official Switch Pro controller, which I also happen to have right here. So this, even though the controllers are pretty much, alike in terms of like button layout and stuff like that, this controller is just so much heavier because not only the stuff in the handles here that gives it the rumble, like the motors, but also obviously the battery pack that's in the back, so that you can recharge it and use it wirelessly without needing, AA batteries. So yeah, the weight difference is just like absolutely night and day. This literally feels empty, hollow. It's just super, super light. But all the reviews that I've read for not just this exact controller with the Pikachu and the Mewtwo on it, but like the PowerA wireless controllers in general, the reviews have always been pretty good, like 4 or 5 stars. But in my experience, because I've owned a bunch of these, I've had a white one, or no, that's my Pro controller. I've had a red and black one. I've had a white and red one. I've had the red and white one actually twice. So one problem that I've come across is that I think it's my ZR button basically stops working about 50% of the time. It's either the ZR or just the R trigger. I can't remember which one. But like I would be playing Yoshi's Crafted World and I'd go to throw an egg and like nothing would happen and I'd have to tap the button a couple times. Or I'd be playing like Fortnite and I would, press the button and it wouldn't do the intended action. So that can be a really, really big problem when you're playing like a platforming game that requires like precision and timing and all your, movements to be perfect. Yeah, you can't have your controller not doing what it's supposed to do when you press a button. And I find it odd that in both instances, when I exchanged the controller, it was the same button that went out. It worked like the first couple of days, and then after about a week, it just kind of like that one button stopped responding as much. I even read one review on Amazon that said that the controller worked great for like 7 or 8 months, and then it just completely died and nothing would respond. So there are some duds out there, and that's something you have to be mindful of. But I'm sure you could always just exchange it if that happened, whether it was like from the store you bought it from or PowerA themselves. But provided that this actually works like it's supposed to and all the buttons are good, the controller itself is good, fully functional, has all the buttons you would need to play pretty much any game. Obviously doesn't have like the amiibo scanning support and the HD rumble and the some of those things that are going to be built into the Joy-Cons, but and the Pro controller. But otherwise, a very, very good controller. I especially like this design. And then, like I said, there's also 3 controllers coming out. One's green and it's got Grookey on it. The other one's blue and it's got Sobble. And then the other one is red and has Scorbunny. Normally, I would get the Scorbunny one because he's my favorite starter from Sword and Shield, but I didn't really like the red design that they chose and the red shade. I would like more of like a bright red, and it was kind of like a dark red, so I passed on that one. But I did pick up, while I was there, I did pick up this, which is just a set of Pokemon Sword and Shield decals, and you can buy these in either Scorbunny, Sobble, or Grookey. And obviously I got the Scorbunny one because he is my favorite. And just to prove that he is my favorite, I also have his little plushie figure here. But I don't know where I'm going to put these yet because they advertise them as being good for like your phone. But I don't think I want to put these on my phone. So I'll have to see where I could put these because I don't really have an idea right now. But so that's basically it. Just felt like doing a quick unboxing and review for this controller and just the PowerA controllers in general. So if you guys are looking for a cheaper alternative to a Pro controller, because those are $70, this is $50. Save yourself $20 if you don't really need the rumble. And that's pretty much it. So until the next video, I will see you guys later.